guys understand how to play drop shot. Too many times I see them slamming the ball when they can have some damage. It's very important to get damage, but more so important, that if you have any gates opened up, to score on those. Down on the field, Resonance versus PENTA. Game number 1, and the only time you'll see drop shot in the series. One of these teams will have to take it to move us on to Rumble afterwards, but for now, personally, my favorite game mode. As first damage almost dropping, there's a good touch from PENTA as he drops that one down. Nice promotion his name, the hashtag. If you like what he's doing, make sure to cheer. A lot of damage already, and look at that gate already opened up on the side of Resonance. PENTA's doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, really dangerous is Killer, and Magnus go up for the 50-50, but another touch coming out from Killer, almost working as it's played back to the other side. Stage 3 immediately put up for both these teams. They prime it so easily.
That's a supercharged ball right there, and they drop it down. Look at that whole side lit up right now. Saving it with a touch there, of course. A lot with the smart play. Drops that one straight down to the ground. Mets trying for another attack. As they all get boosted up, there are no boost pads. They have to let them charge. See some slow play when that's happening. Mets with the last touch there. Just a saving touch on that one by Killer as it finally does touch the ground by Magnus, grabbing the damage on that one. Priming a couple tiles. There's going to be a large gate opened up on that side of the field. Resonance. PENTA now has quite a few chances on both sides to be able to score here.
All right, it's just a matter of finding the gate. It doesn't matter how much damage you get if you can't put it in one of the gates all together.
True.
But you're seeing both these teams do a really good job. They're not holding on to that damage too much as it's primed. They immediately just place it in the ground to secure the free points. As just trying to find something, anything, as that almost sneaks in.
What a save from a lot. Rushing across that one as that one ricochets off the wall in the wrong direction for Resonant. PENTA still working some magic over in the corner here, and this is what I like to see, conditioned to this goal, and I really hope to see maybe a shot to the other side, throwing off the defense from Resonant, but we'll see what PENTA does. This is them waking the way to the other side. Has Resonant forgotten that that hole is there? Magnus getting there just in time. Pone to send it back. We have a third level ball right now. If this touches, you're gonna have some crazy damage. Who'll win this 50? It will be Magnus for the maximum damage.
Fortunately for him. Oh, what? What a pinch coming out in favor of Magnus. Right after they create that, you see Pondax plays that back into the middle, dangerous positioning. And then the 50-50, you see Magnus get the high ground. We talked about it earlier. High ground wins, man.
And that's tough. If you can win a 50-50 and have it be in the spot you just 50-50'd, that person's probably not there anymore, and it probably will touch the ground. In normal standard map, that wouldn't matter. But here, you're going to get damage. But in that case, a goal is Resonant. While they were behind when it come to prime tiles, they are ahead now in goals, but PENTA has a lot of opportunities to be able to even this one up quickly, and widening those opportunities now, just not able to find that gate, just skipping barely over that open gate right there. They just have to make sure they don't allow any more damage for Resonant, otherwise they could bring this into the lead for themselves.
No, it's exactly that. This is kind of beneficial then for this Resonant team, is any extra damage they get is kind of like a freebie. Doesn't matter as much as PENTA is trying to find a goal. Every second they don't, more beneficial.
For Resonant, absolutely. Any extra percent they can build here, any extra prime tiles, will just help them going into that next goal. PENTA really needs to score this. Look at that side of the field, just almost entirely primed, probably like 5 tiles, maybe 2 tiles left now that aren't primed. This is insane amount of defense coming out from Resonant. The fact that they haven't been scored on is actually incredible at this point. And they send this one to the other side. Stopped by Killer. Pone trying to send it back, but he sends it too far. And a lot. And Mets will be there. Good accuracy, though. But once again, saved by Resonant. The shot to the other side. Pone in a bad spot. That could be some damage. Pops up off the corner instead. Fully primed. There is a lot of damage now. This is not looking good for PENTA. They started off on the right foot, but tables have turned.
Unfortunately, like you said, it doesn't look good. Unless they look at the other side, then it looks fantastic in that sea of blue. But they still need to find some way to put it in as they keep. Oh, that's a huge. Oh my goodness.
I have never seen a field that open before and that prime. They need to score right now, and especially with a minute left, they're going to send themselves into that final minute in not a very good spot. There, finally, off the wall, an own touch from Resonant. It will roll in, but there is a lot of prime tiles on PENTA's side already.
Yeah, eventually you saw PENTA just starting to apply lots of pressure. Pondex actually got a touch over the top and placed that soft back down. And because of that, it was able to settle. Usually when that ball gets volleyed so many times, it makes it really easy to just have a soft touch and clear it downfield. But PENTA finally breaks it up. But now they have to be able to defend. 45 seconds left on the clock in game number 1.
And that's all that they really have to do. I mean, hold it off. They have the upper hand right now. No gates open, but a lot of prime tiles. Even a couple touches are going to open a gate. Even a straight drop down. We've seen that strat used before. Drop straight down on the ball above onto a prime tile. It's probably going to go in.
Yeah, me and Shogun were talking about pinches, and we don't see them too often simply because the way these guys position themselves. Usually when you're going for like an air dribble or you're even just trying to jump and pinch it into the ground, someone's there waiting for you. So unfortunate, but when it's primed on stage 3 like this, that's the most dangerous. You can get that, hit it again, and it immediately goes back to stage 2. Easy way to get a goal.
Well, here it is. That's going to drop on the ground.
That's huge.
A bunch of open gates, especially if this goes into overtime. Whoever drops this one down, look at the damage. Mets is actually going to set down smart play. No damage for them, but they're going into this kickoff with a huge advantage.
Right. We see a lot of times in the simplified version of this where there's less pros.
There it is.
Oh.
Woo! How did that not go in?
Well, it did. It's just not the first time.
That was scary because there was a chance there for, I think it was Killer running back to potentially save that one a lot. Does get the soft touch. Killer misreading where that touch was going to go. But again, off the kickoff, I said, I was fairly certain that was going to end very quick. It's so rough. If you go up for that kickoff and you lose that, that ball can drop straight down, especially if you have any open gates at that midline. Not a spot you want to be going into overtime, and Resonant is going to take that game.
No, completely shows the beneficial aspect of not succeeding a goal. They held off for so long, they got a bunch of damage, and then immediately, as soon as that kickoff goes, there's that big open gate in the middle. Easily taken.
Yep, and you're right. I mean, I honestly have to give it out. One of the best players I've seen when it comes to drop shot and understanding the meta has been on the NA side with Pluto. Pluto, just again, when it comes, we talked about it a few times, getting the drop on top of the ball, flattening your car onto it, and I've noticed a few players actually switch to the flat cars for this, is so good, and you can just drop a ball surprisingly on your teammates. But we're not doing drop shot anymore, so why talk about it anymore? We're going into Rumble.
Even crazier in this aspect, and this is why like predictions have been so difficult today, is people are like, okay, well, this team usually plays better in open field. Well, it doesn't matter because you get a breakaway or something, and all of a sudden a plunger brings it back the other way, and then it's just counter after counter. So it really comes down to teamwork in this one. We saw like almost the craziest goal period with those 2 boots in the mind game, but it just got shut out.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm excited to see something next.
Like, you're right. You can go completely across the field with crazy plays, and all of a sudden just have a fist come out of the side of the screen and just destroy your dreams.
Wouldn't be the first time.
How often are you getting fists flying out the side of your screen and
No,
destroying
just
your
my dreams have been destroyed multiple times.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's saddening. Hopefully this is a little happier.
Just like your gameplay. Boom.
Wow, that was stretching it, but now I'm hurting inside.
Yeah, just like my dreams being broken. Yeah, see, now, get it? Full circle, man.
Game number 2 is Resonant eSports tries to get another point in this series. PENTA dropped the drop shot game to Resonant. And they keep it up. PENTA still looked a little strong at the beginning, but giving it away, this might be their chance to turn it around. Completely new game mode. Unless a lot pulls the Kronobi special with the plunger, throwing in that first goal early.
Well, you can see some of these guys not comfortable with their power-ups. Freaky was actually in net that entire time, had the tornado, but didn't activate it until it was too late. All he had to do was click it, and everybody going in front of him would have went flying, completely stopping that goal from happening in the first place. But able to slide that underneath with a great plunger. Resonant up early yet again.
A lot with a normie off the wall there, trying to sink that one past, but that defense won't be fooled. 30 seconds in, a goal up already by Resonant. Power-ups are ready once again. A grab there on the spikes. Magnus on the bottom of his car can't do anything but stare helplessly from that center field.
It jumps and gets pulled immediately, stopping all momentum. But what a play. Ball not able to get up. Doesn't feel comfortable, and he's going to boot it. Not even a boot, I should say. Punches it all the way down into the other goal.
A little sniper there with the whoop, as he sends that one flying down the other end. No one in net because, I mean, how do you expect that? You have to expect everything, but when you expect everything, you can't expect it all.
Sure, yeah, totally.
I'm not even sure if it made sense, so we're just going to continue on. 2 goals now up for Resonant. They're also sitting at 1-0 in the series. PENTA looking in a rough spot. They need to turn this around quick, but with all these Rumble items about to activate, it could be turned around very quickly. As that haymaker sends it the other end.
Yep, Rumble items very, very quickly deployed. You see Magnus holding onto his. He has a magnet but no boost. And that's kind of the difficulty is some of these do pigeonhole, and you have to make the decision, do I either A, put myself out of position with it for the next 10 seconds, or just try to make a count, and that's what he does. He waits, gets some boost, and then tries to make a play with it, as it is stronger the closer it gets to him.
Yeah, I mean, like, so far it doesn't look like either of these teams are really utilizing much strategy to their power-ups. I think someone in the chat was saying, too, that NA seem to have a little bit more strategy. Maybe they've been putting a little bit more time into Rumble.
I don't know about you, but Mets seems to know what the heck he's doing with that magnet. Then again, it looked like he was just jumping in circles and like hoping it came with him, so maybe not.
Sounds like my standard Rocket League play. Almost a goal there for Resonant. 3 minutes still left. Ooh, there's a chance from the plunger. That's definitely going to go wide, but can he pull anything out of it? Teammates there. No one home. A lot with the magnet. A boot onto Killer. Might put him there for a save. Oh, what an incredible use of that momentum to be able to clutch out a save. Now the turnaround for Freaky with the spikes. What a turnaround for Penta. Incredible play.
To stop that from that save that it looked like he clearly, oh my goodness. And then, what? You want to talk about a freestyle? He was like breakdancing in the air.
Boy, guys, Penta with the counterattack. I thought for sure Resonant was setting a third goal in for themselves.
A lot looked like he had it. Dribbling, that, it was right on him, but that save so clutch.
There it is, 2.5 minutes left. They pull back one of the goals. See if they can get another one. Incredible plays like that might be exactly what they need. That grapple's gonna miss out. The boot's gonna kick him out. Freaky will have a chance for a soft shot there as Killer leads the way.
Magnus was sitting there going to save his grapple for it. He does it, but then he actually gets displaced as it happens, and it completely cancels it out. Leaves the net wide open.
Now
unlucky, man. Unlucky.
Nah, it's called strats, man. Other teams is better than you.
I mean, yeah.
This Rumble, this is the ultimate test of skill.
Something like that.
2.5 minutes left now at an even game. Penta has brought this one back, and with honestly 2 impressive goals, like what they've been doing, but Magnus trying to get that plunger past all 3 defenders as they try to push out for an attack. Freaky saving that one. We'll have Rez moving back as they get some more power-ups. Pone, can he do this? He'll probably get stopped at the goal line there, but a switch would have been great. Killer
what does Freaky
took
do?
out
What
the last
Freaky
defender.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing. It's so hard to defend the spikes when someone's in the air.
Well, for Freaky, he also had spikes, so he's just sitting there trying to like calculate it. But that arrow from Magnus was clutch, just moving out of the way. Knowing me, I probably would have like arrowed into the side and like gave it to him.
Yeah, 100%. I actually probably would have just drove the wrong way.
Into your own net? You would have spike freestyled into your own net?
Something like that. I would have.
Make your teammates have to try and save it.
A minute 40 left now, and Resonant sets themselves back into the lead. But again, I got to shout out Killer on that one, taking the defender out before. But this is a scary spot. Finally, a save. Freaky, unlike the other one, is able to save this one.
So many spikes.
Another chance. Spikes OP at this point on Resonant. We'll see if they can get another one. Pulling out their macros here. Haymaker to the far side. There was a super fast Mets almost getting the shot on. Magnus with a rocket to the side. A lot to follow up. Plungered in by Mets. Can he get the redirect? Tries off the booty, but Freaky will be able to take that away. Killer with the boot. Takes out Magnus. Pone to try it on the far side. They're trying for these strats now with their items. Communication is absolutely critical when it comes to Rumble.
Oh,
in the air, a lot. Mets is behind Magnus the third in, waiting, trying to get rid of those defenders.
A lot almost had it there, but barely missing out. You're gonna see Killer go up and use his magnet, pull it close, but gets out of the way as a shot comes in from Metznaris. Not enough. Possession goes back to Penta, but not before a lot comes flying in and punishes that ball.
And now with 35 seconds left, 1 goal down, Penta, if they do not want to be at match point, going into game number 3, they have to figure something out quickly. Killer might be the one to figure it out, but there's Magnus to stop that one. Freaky now set, boosted out of the way. Ooh, that's going to be a breakaway chance for Mets and Magnus as Resonance moves in for the kill to finalize this game. Pone getting booted by the ball. Sent back the other way. This is a chance They need to get a shot here. Freaky has the power hit, taking one off the field. Can he get a play started up here? That might be too far out of the reach. Magnus, set out of the way. Pone, can he put this one in? Tornado just disrupting on the defense there, and Resonant will take away a second win.
Oh my goodness, to be one game away. How have we seen so many sweeps during Midseason Mayhem? It doesn't make any sense.
I told you, it's the ultimate test of skill, and if you've been practicing, you're going to walk away with a win.
Maybe because we've been seeing so many Game 5s, now that there's Mayhem, it makes... I got nothing. It doesn't make any sense.
You had absolutely nothing there, but Resonant does have something, and that's 2 wins and a match point. They're coming into this next one looking to win. This next one, though, will be voted mutators by the Twitch chat. You could be the ones to ruin this chance for Resonant.
Yeah, you guys just saw that Magnus goal again, using that arrow with the spikes, showing some skill. But Medicine R, 6 shots. Not the most accurate, but still applied a lot of pressure. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I want to trust stats at this point. Everything's just crazy, but...
No, it's all accurate.
Speaking of crazy, this just in. You guys really like pinball. A few times we've seen it today. We're going to see it again. Crazy fast ball.
Yeah, and it's small, crazy small. Yeah, it's different. These guys get so used to the same thing after thousands of hours. Now you're making it smaller and more difficult, way faster, and it's bouncier and stuff. It's difficult, man.
Throw muscle memory out the window at this point. We've seen. I think it was with the flip side match. I think 5 people ended up whiffing on it in a row before someone got a goal on it. It's just, this is ridiculous game mode. Pinches are important. Hitting the ball, I mean, first is just difficult.
In general, yeah. Step 1, hit ball. Step 2, also try to hit the ball. Because usually, what? I guess that's one way to start. Pondex showing some love in winning that 50-50 with his teammate cheating up and then just putting a rocket of a hit.
Hey, it's those pinches we just talked about. Those can come and benefit because you can go from your side of the field to the other side back and then back to the other side with 1 touch.
I wonder if chat knows where that ball would have ended up after what you just said.
Somewhere on the field. 10 seconds.
Very truly.
PENTA is already up 2 goals now. Sorry, 11 seconds. We're rounding up. PENTA off to a good start.
Yeah, very good placement coming out from Freaky. Just turning his car a little bit to make sure he can get around that defender that's approaching. Then jumping into it, top right corner of his car, and just blast it. 2 goals, like you said already. That's crazy.
Indeed, but they are down 2 points in the series right now. They have to hold on to this. Because if they're not able to hold on to... Well, I mean, actually, I'm not really worried about them holding on to this lead anymore.
That is a lot of goals very quickly. Isn't the record by Markey is like 3 goals in 14 seconds?
Like, does that really count at this point, though?
It's still
Markey
3 goals.
didn't have super power touches.
It doesn't matter. We're just pure stats, man. The extra stuff is just fluff. It's fine.
Don't worry about the context.
It's 16 seconds, so technically second, right? Like, close enough.
Context is irrelevant. 3 goals within 30 seconds. I mean, 15 seconds, really.
16. Math. Seconds. Time.
PENTA's off to a pretty good start. Can they hold it off, or is Resonant finally going to be able to answer? I mean, hitting the ball will be a start. There's a lot. Good job. Freaky with a sniper down the other way. A block at the midfield. Freaky doing a good job at getting pretty accurate shots on this ball right now. Everyone on Resonant is way too clumped up, I think, and we saw this before. A lot of the times in these fast ball modes, Mayhem or Pinball, you'll see the team that ends up winning generally having someone spread way back onto their defense. And right now, Resonant is a little clumped up to even get any touches.
Yeah, just because clears are so easy to perform, keeping one back just as like a safety net, smartest thing you can do. Even though it's so difficult to read, it's just hopefully someone on the other team, when they do hit it, isn't in a position to put a screamer on, as we saw Freaky and Pondex doing early on in this match.
Freaky's the last defender here. Can Alot get it? Nope. Shot right back down to midfield. Pwned up for shot a little bit off target. Magnus, just for safety's sake, puts that one to the side. Another shot on net. PENTA doing the right stuff right here. Ooh, Magnus might have a chance. That's going to be on target. Freaky, last one in net, is able to stop that one. Given enough time, but will he have enough time to stop this one? No, Alot finally starting to claw their way back to an even game here with 3 minutes left.
See Resonant changing their play style a lot, keeping somebody back quite a bit, and then they just apply shots that keep the patience. One shot, even if it doesn't follow up, all it takes is a subtle touch, and eventually the pressure comes through, back within 2.
3-1 now. Penta getting all 3 of their goals within 16 seconds at the beginning of this match. Resonant taking them about 2 minutes to get theirs. If they keep up to that trend, they will not be able to pull this one back. See if they can get one quicker. A lot with a shot. Mets with the bets. Can't put it in. Magnus way off target there. Killer flicks this one to Pwned. Pwned to the far side. Freaky's creeping on that one, but it's going to be a hard shot down to the other end, and now everyone's just kind of hitting the ball.
Yeah, they got step 1 and 2 down. Now it's step number 3, put it on net. But you're seeing a lot of different style of play as well, because with how quickly the ball goes, you don't see these guys trying to like chase it down anymore. You talk about positioning. These guys are just rotating to a situation where maybe the ball will end up, because there's no point in trying to catch up.
No, you're right. I mean, like, here's the thing. If you see someone about to get a hit, just back the heck off. Get out of there.
You're not going to contest it.
Because it's not dropping straight down to you. We'll see if 2 minutes left, Resonant can be able to put a fight back into this one off the backboard. See, once again, a lot was generally in a good spot for that backboard pass. Not with Pinball, though. He had to be past midfield to even try to think about getting a touch on that one. Fortunately, he was not. Now Penta with another chance off the roof. That's going to be a scary spot. Mets does touch it to a lot. Back down the other way as Pwned ends up getting the last touch on the 50-50. Killer's going to slam into that one. Magnus might be setting that one up for Penta, though, as that drops down in front of the net. Pwned trying to get the touch. Killer with the shot. Open net. Freaky. A bounce shot just to the top corner. Unfortunately, a little bit wide. That will not drop in the net. That was one of their chances to extend their lead. With a minute 20 left, they don't need to extend it. Just hold off, but I mean, an extra goal wouldn't hurt.
No, they just need to be careful with the maintaining aspect of it. As you see Mog trying to make a save. He actually shoots at it. Oh, that's close, but it sets it up for Freaky, who, what another save.
I'm hoping they have a plan to this, because Resonant, that is the wrong net. Not sure if you're aware.
It's confusing me, so it's definitely confusing the other team.
But with a minute left, you're going to have to start shooting on that. The orange net, if you want to get some goals. So you are behind right now at match point. They need 3 goals to give themselves a win in this series. Otherwise, we might see a chance for Penta to be able to pull this one back. And the desk did talk about it. Likely to see a game 5. These teams are fairly even, but as we know, these mutators and all these strange game modes can change things entirely.
Well, the only way we're seeing a game 5 is Penta gets a reverse sweep. Still on match point for Resonant. Trying to secure at least 2 more goals to tie this back up and take the win, as they put another shot inside.
Hey, they're setting up some plays now. How long that can last for, though. One mistouch, and we talked about it yesterday, one mistouch can just exaggerate how off a shot may have been and set a play completely awry. Last chance here. That needs to drop in. A lot tries. Pwned will save it, and with that, I'm pretty confident to say Penta is going to be able to take a win on this one as they keep themselves alive in the series and take a point from, well, add a point onto their side of the scoreboard against Resonance.
Yeah, story of that game, Penta going up extremely early, 3 goals in 16 seconds. And then Resonant just trying to battle back. They changed up their play style a little bit better, and even though they maintained a lot of the possession, even though it's kind of hard to show possession on that map, a lot more shots coming out, just not able to find the back of the net.
I don't think possession really exists in pinball, but it does exist.
They hit it more times towards the net and sometimes towards their own net.
I suppose so, but as I was saying, it does exist in a standard game mode, which we will have regular physics coming to this next one, but a map that we actually haven't seen in League play yet, and I think it was voted a lot yesterday for Midseason Mayhem. We're going to head down to Starbase Arc.
Nice. Awesome map if you guys haven't played it. The biggest thing to remember about this and the teams that utilize it really well is pretty much everything centers back to the middle.
Everything.
So if you hit it off whatever wall, if you need a pass or you can't find a player to pass to, just use the wall and it works out great.
The wall is your best friend, but it could be your enemy at the same time. I like to see how much space on this, and I'm very excited to see how the pros from EU are going to be able to utilize the space. Lots of room to move around for passing in the midfield. But as you said, a lot of walls that are going to help you out to center that ball for your teammates. This will be really interesting to see, and maybe if a team does good, we'll see this in League play as well.
Yeah, not only that, but you said about the space, a lot of room to dribble. The benefits to it is even if the 50-50 doesn't go in your favor, there's just so much time to move back to your defense. The only downfall is when you need boost, you're really committing to it. The boost pads are completely on the outside areas of the map, but it'll be exciting to see, like you said, a lot of the times yesterday, people picked this map. We just didn't get to see it as a lot of sweeps came out.
There's already an early goal. Resonance It's going to be able to drop that first one in with a beautiful passing play between Mets and Magnus.
Able to pinch that off the wall. It plays back inside for him, and then another soft touch. Mog just waiting patiently, beats out that last defender, and yet another quick goal, only 7 seconds going by.
Another thing to mention on this map too, boost grabbing is a little bit different, as the boost pads are way to the side. If you're caught in the middle, not going to be an easy rotation.
It's 2 days in a row you don't listen to me.
Did you say that already?
Just said that.
You know, I might write you an apology card.
Apology card? Why not a letter?
I'll write you a very thought-out letter that says sorry.
Thank you.
A lot with a second goal. They're trying to pull off the Penta now in 30 seconds, put themselves in the lead. They are at match point right now. This could be the series.
Yeah, fantastic shot by a lot, even though he doesn't have pinball to boom it into the back. Uses the back of the car, flips into it. Pretty well placed shot, actually, going backwards.
4:30 left, though. Penta has a chance to pull this one back, but I mean, looks like Resonant might have had this as a pocket pick. Starbase Arc seem to be knowing what they're doing. Well, a double whiff there will be a chance for Penta to create a play. Touch out to nobody will be Mets to Magnus. A lot back to Magnus, but that pass a little bit too powerful. And that's what we talked about, a lot of space in the midfield there to be able to pass to each other.
Well, you're seeing 3 passes in a row for this Resonant team. Looking strong, just not able to find the back of the net. As you see Killer trying to go for the 50-50 over the top. Fantastic save by Pondex as it plays out to the right-hand side. And another shot for Resonant, and another one just falling off to the corner.
You can try to place that to the far side, but place it way too much to the far side. They will still only sit at a 2-goal lead. Penta still trying to bring this one back. Only a minute and a half passed so far. Another one almost coming out for Resonance. Mets to set that one up again. A lot's going to move in as Magnus rotates back for boost. He should be in for the play here. There he is to steal that off Killer. Killer also out of the play. Now he'll have to respawn back at home base. That's going to head back down into Resonance end. 50-50 in the favor of Freaky. Killer there, trying to set something for his teammates. Pone, maybe not the best play there. We'll leave Freaky alone on defense. Scary spot, as you know, Resonant has been passing already on Starbase. It's not a spot you want to be in on defense by yourself.
Oh, exactly correct. And you're even seeing the way these guys are playing the walls. They're trying to get it off that lip. See it a lot in drop shot as well on that hexagon map. But Octagon, it hits that corner a little bit harder, and that's why you see it play into the middle a little bit better. But as a lot goes up for that 50-50, still in their side, dangerous position, saved by Mets.
Mets trying for a 50-50 on Killer. Killer, once again, trying to start up a lot of plays, but we see him just a little bit short of a lot of these 50-50s. And almost an exact same example there. Pone going up for something maybe he shouldn't have, leaving Freaky as that last defender. It's something that Penta needs to tighten up coming into the second half of this match. Otherwise, Resonant's going to be able to sit with a 2-goal lead the rest of this match, and they're not going to have to do much.
Oh, fantastic clear coming out. Just saved easily. As you see these guys now starting to go for the high route. Lots of really high pass plays. Fortunately, just missing on that one there. As you see, Penta's starting to get a feel for this map, as we're now 3 minutes in.
Is it too late, though, is the question. As Resonant already seems to have a feel for it. They can just quickly turn a switch, I think, to try to get a play turned down the other field instead of just defending for the rest of the match. So there'll be a chance here for Mets to clear that one hard. Freaky in the right spot, though, to send that one back a lot. Reciprocating that pass, clear right back down into Penta's end. Ooh, Killer with a beautiful shot.
What a shot from Killer.
Holy smokes, Killer right on the top bar from the air.
Benefit of this map being massive. You see Pondex power pass, I guess, up to the top and then flying off the edge. That placement was perfect. Upper 9, a far post.
That was
beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot from Killer.
See that one definitely in the top 5.
That is the right thing to do. If you want to pull back this series, this is match point for Resonant right now. 1 goal separates Penta from evening this game up and potentially bringing it to a game number 5 as predicted by the desk. Freaky and Killer trying to set up the play. There's Pone playing it patiently this time instead of rushing up to the ball. Off the backboard, Pone puts it just over 2 defenders as Penta try to get a play started in the box there. It will finally break out and get cleared by Resonant. Only a lot moving out though. Magnus and Mets playing defense. Scary spot. Maybe not the one spot you want to be, as Mets can't stop that last one. We tie it up.
The difference of this Starbase map yet again. Any mistakes on those walls, right back to the center. And PENTA's able to come in and tie it up, like you said. A minute left, could be match point and a couple $1,000 difference for Resonant. But tie game, like we stated, gonna be a close one.
Absolutely close. This could be the turnaround that PENTA needed. We are evened up the final minute of gameplay on Starbase Arc. Resonant giving away a 2-goal lead that they had in the first 30 seconds there. I wonder if they're going to continue to give this away. Oh, the turnaround. They're trying for a play right now. There's a shot by a lot on target. We'll go a little bit wide, sorry, as Pone turns this one back down the other field. 30 seconds left now. Freaky to Pone. We'll see where Killer is as they try to turn this play on the target. Magnus a lot back in net. Mets will be the one to have to clear this. Pone with a quick intercept at midfield as PENTA try their darndest to get a shot on target now. We see Resonant in a rough spot, no defense here. Freaky has a shot on net, just dropped it down by a lot to stop that one out in the final 7 seconds. We might end up seeing an overtime here today on Starbase Arc unless Resonant can put this one in. Pone in a difficult situation. Freaky needs to let this one drop, otherwise Mets will have another chance to set this one up in front of the net. And there's the drop. Overtime now. 1 goal separating a Game 5 or a win for Resonant.
Well, PENTA trying to get that reverse sweep. Needs this win to get to game number 5 of Rumble. And I'm actually worried for Resonant as the offense is coming together for PENTA. The last 4 minutes have been insane as they're starting to ramp up.
No, you're right. A lot of times you found Resonant stuck in their own end in an awkward defensive positioning. And that's kind of what gave away those 2 goals to PENTA. Will this be a turnaround? A lot off the backboard. Killer out of the play, of course. Mets is not going to miss that one. And that's going to be the series now. Resonant taking it 3-1 against PENTA Sports in overtime on Starbase Arc.
That 50-50 working in favor of Resonant, bouncing and changing that pace of the hit. Just a tough read, catching the defense off guard. And as you stated, Resonant going to take this 3-1 in the series, and they're moving on in the bracket.
You're absolutely right. They are moving on, but unfortunately PENTA is not. And this is my informal apology for not listening to you twice in a row, 2 days in a row, and I'm going to try to be a better person.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That feels right here.
I like that we can communicate. Just as Resonant can communicate throughout their series here. They did a very good job against PENTA. PENTA held it pretty close in both those series. I mean, Rumble, they looked a lot stronger in that one, but the rest of the game modes were a little bit weak. Maybe they need to spread their efforts out in training a little bit more next time. But, I mean, this doesn't matter throughout now, and they got to focus on league play. So hopefully they can do that when they come back. But we have a lot more exciting matches in Midseason Mayhem. And